voz de esperanza para el amor y para la paz.
La emisora que me alegra el día.
Promesa.
WPS, Mins, Orlando y Sanford, Florida.
840 AM.
Nos escuchas en nuestra app Promesa 840. Descárgala.
Con los éxitos de hoy y de siempre.
Promesa 840.
Cuando te vas de viaje, llévanos contigo.
A todas partes.
Descarga nuestra aplicación móvil totalmente gratis.
Accede a tu tienda de aplicaciones.
Y escribe Promesa Network.
Me bendice.
Promesa. Necesito, Dios, más de ti. Mi rey, mi destino, mi pronto auxilio.
Programa favorito de las tardes, esto es Dímelo, gracias por el apoyo. Y parte de ese apoyo se refleja en la gente que siempre cree en lo que estamos trabajando, en lo que estamos haciendo. Uno de ellos es nuestro querido CEO de Closest Way, nuestro José Torres. Saludos, José, ¿cómo estás?
Saludos, ¿cómo estás, Joel? Saludos, Liz y los radioescuchas. Mira, conéctense para que puedan ver. Hoy vamos a transmitir un closet verdadero. Esto es un walk-in closet pequeñito que mide solo 60 pulgadas por 40, pero quiero que vean las maravillas o milagros que el Closet Way hace con tu espacio y con tu closet. Si te fijas en la parte de arriba, aprovechamos y almacenamos. Ok, después tenemos doble nivel, ropa arriba, ropa abajo, son 2 niveles, y como ponemos una tablilla, también sobre un pequeño espacio y lo aprovechamos. Yo puse aquí un joyero, también guardé otras cosas aquí debajo. Así que esta tablilla se aprovecha también el espacio.
Oh, wow.
Y entonces, fíjense otra cosa que les voy a enseñar, disculpen la toma, que el tubo coge la curva.
Oh, sí.
Estos son una pared que está al fondo, una pared pequeña a mano izquierda, y nosotros conectamos una pared con la otra sin interrupción ninguna. O sea que el closet se convierte en una sola pieza completa hasta que muere en esta esquina. Y así mismo hacemos en la parte de abajo, pero pongo pantalones y aprovecho y pongo zapatos en la parte de abajo. Aquí también puse pantalones y aproveché el espacio para almacenamiento. Puse canasta donde guardo zapatos y otras cosas. Y después le puse 5 gavetas de 30 pulgadas de ancho, 32, perdón. Y mira todo el espacio, mira todo lo que yo guardo en estas gavetas. Mira eso lleno de camisas. Así que te da un rendimiento de espacio espectacular. Y esto es un ejemplo de un closet pequeño para que veas lo que el espacio que le podemos sacar. Imagínate lo que podemos hacer con un closet grande. Así que aquí tienes un ejemplo de las cosas que el Closet Way puede hacer por tu closet. Te invitamos a que llames al 768-5000, estimados gratis. Vamos a toda la isla y lo diseñamos frente a ti al momento en computadora en 3D. En otras palabras, puedes ver cómo tu closet va a quedar antes de comprarlo. Y lo diseñamos una u otra vez hasta que quedes complacido, porque cada closet lo hacemos individualizado, basado en el tipo de ropa que tú guardas o cómo tú acomodas la ropa. Hay gente que usa mucho gancho, hay mujeres que tienen mucho traje largo, hay gente que no tiene traje largo, hay gente que tiene abrigo. Así que nosotros nos adaptamos a lo que vemos que hay en tu closet, pero siempre lo que buscamos es aumentar el espacio para que el closet te quede más suelto. Y esto es matemática sencilla. Si tú tienes 100 pulgadas y le pones 2 pisos, tienes 200. O sea, que es como una casa que le pongas un segundo piso. Así que básicamente esa es la tendencia, que te aumenta el espacio. Y lo subdividimos de tal manera que evita el reguero. Aun cuando tú quieras ser desorganizado, no puedes, porque no te da espacio para que puedas hacer desorden.
Cierto.
¿Me entiendes?
Estamos en vivo.
Que ir a su sitio. Así que esa es otra ventaja. Para las personas que son regoras, no te fomenta el reguero. Lo que te fomenta es el orden. Y tenemos, mira, una oferta en este tipo de closet en madera, hasta 8 pies de ancho. Tenemos una oferta de $1,095 instalado. Wow. Garantía de 15 años, porque esto es pintado, no es laminado. Por ende, no ocurre deslaminación. 15 años de garantía. El Closet Way lleva 31 años.
Esta radioemisora es patrocinada por Magic Transmission, especialista en la reconstrucción de transmisión de vehículos. Trabajos garantizados, 25 años de experiencia. Visítenos en la 10505 Cleveland Road, Garner, North Carolina, 27529. Llámanos al 984-242-4989. Estimados gratis. En asuntos de transmisión, Magic Transmission es la solución. Llámanos al 984-242-4989. Y recuerde que como Magic Transmission no hay dos.
Atraviesa el tráfico de autos con el mejor playlist.
The drive home sounds better.
El camino suena mejor con la Celestial 106.5.
No le cambie, porque a continuación comenzará un programa que bendecirá tu vida. Aquí en la Celestial FM 106.5. El siguiente programa es clasificación A, apto para todo público. Contenido E, entretenimiento.
Toda palabra o punto doctrinal emitido en el siguiente programa es responsabilidad exclusiva del programador y no de esta radio.
Bienvenidos a Café con Hispanos, un programa que conecta nuestra fe, nuestros valores como familia, nuestros negocios y proyectos de ley que afectan a nuestra comunidad hispana aquí en Carolina del Norte. Entrevistamos al gobierno y a líderes de nuestra comunidad para dialogar sobre el trabajo que realizan en beneficio nuestro, actualidad y un sabor a dulce hogar. Somos la voz de nuestra gente hispana. Le damos la bienvenida al pastor Gilbert Pagan. Café con Hispanos comienza.
Cuando el mundo te inunda de fatalidad y te agobia la vida con su mucho afán y se llena tu alma de preocupación y se seca la fuente de tu corazón. Cuando quieras huir porque no puedes más, porque solo te sientes entre los demás y no hay más en tus ojos brillo y emoción y se cierra tu boca porque no hay canción. Puedes sentarte a sus pies y de sus manos beber la plenitud que tu alma necesita. Puedes sentarte a sus pies y cada día tener una nueva canción y nueva vida. Hay paz, gracia y bendición. A sus pies tendrás luz y dirección. La plenitud en él nunca se agotará. Puedes descansar en su presencia. Descansa en él en esta noche. Cuando el mundo te inunda de fatalidad y te agobia la vida con su mucho afán y se llena tu alma de preocupación y se seca la fuente de tu corazón. Cuando quieras huir porque no puedes más, porque solo te sientes entre los demás y no hay más en tus ojos brillo y emoción y se cierra tu boca porque no hay canción. Puedes sentarte a sus pies y de sus manos beber la plenitud que tu alma necesita. Puedes sentarte a sus pies y cada día tener.
Buenas tardes, bella audiencia. Bienvenido a otro segmento de Café con Hispanos. Aquí estamos en la cabina en Raleigh, Carolina del Norte, y vamos a tener una conversación con Max GANORKAR, que está postulándose por el Congreso, Carolina del Norte, distrito número 4. Welcome, audience, to another segment of Café con Hispanos. And today we're in the studio in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we're going to be chatting with Max GANORKAR, who's running for District 4 Congress for North Carolina. This conversation will be in English for our bilingual audience throughout the rest of the show. Max, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you to Hispanos del Sur. Thank you to Mr. Pagan. Thank you for Mr. Mateo. And you cannot see him, he's behind the scenes. But thank you, sir. Thank you for the invite.
No, you're welcome. I'm glad you could be with us. And thank you for running for Congress. Running for office is one of the highest callings that we can have. I always tell people who want to get involved in the political process that you could do one of a couple of things. You can write letters, send emails. You can go to your representative's office and complain, or you can run for office. So you went to the highest level to run for office, right?
I'm trying my best.
Right. Well, thank you for doing that, and we appreciate you running. So tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your background, and we'll get into some conversations about your platform and the like.
Sure. I came to this country back in 1989 to do my master's in business. I got my degree in international finance and marketing, and then after that I worked on a few joint ventures, took a few companies to India. But then after we got married, and before we got married, actually, my wife and I promised each other that we would not send our kids to daycare. God gave them to us, and we were going to raise them ourselves. So who knew at that time that I was going to be the one staying at home?
Right.
But when the first one, we were blessed with the first one, I decided to take a step back from career and be a stay-at-home dad. I did that for quite some time. Subsequently, we had 2 more kids. And until we moved to North Carolina, I was pretty much a stay-at-home dad. We homeschooled them for a while, and they did very well. When we moved to North Carolina, that's when I decided to get into construction. And now I'm into construction business. We have a small family business. We are general contractors. Before moving to North Carolina, I have an interesting story to tell you. I was one of my kind in New Jersey to start a tea party, and I ran it for 7 years before I moved here. I was one of my kind. I was a troublemaker then. But long story short, when I moved to North Carolina, I wanted to retire, but I guess it's so addictive that once you get in it, you never retire from politics. So one thing led to another, and today I'm here running for Congress. I had 2 more runs before this, back in 22 and 24. I lost both of them in primaries. They say third time is a charm. Let's try it.
Well, I got you. Well, thank you for putting your name in the ring again to run for Congress. And so a little bit about your platform, right? And what is moving you to run again? Because typically when someone runs for office, there's a guiding light, there's a star, there's a passion, there's an impulse. Something moves you to kind of, because running for office is hard. You know this. This is your 3rd time, right? So it's a hard thing to do. So what is driving you to run for office again?
Honest to God, it has always been the reason that brought me to this country. When I left India, it was a hardcore socialist country. It's a very different country now for the last 14 years. We have had a very conservative prime minister, and he proved it once again that conservative principles work. Socialism fails everywhere it's been tried. And I don't want this country to look like the one I left behind, to be honest with you. And we are going that route. We have so many programs, and the way schools are indoctrinated. You know, the kids, I see young kids who are embracing socialism. They have no idea what's coming down the pipeline, how miserable their life will be. Someone's got to jump in and stop. So I'm running in a very blue district.
Okay.
But this country is worth fighting for, every square inch of it.
So the blue district, you're running, and obviously you're concerned about the education of our kids, right, in the school system. We'll turn back to that. But you're running in a very blue district, which, and correct me if I'm wrong, which encompasses parts of Wake County, parts of Durham, parts of Orange, and part of, what's the last one?
No, actually, part of Wake.
Wake, okay.
Part of Chatham. All of Orange.
All of Orange.
And all of Durham County.
And all of Durham. So you're
It's a huge district.
Yeah, all of Orange and all of Durham will have you as their rep, and then pieces of Wake,
right,
and pieces of Chatham. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yes.
So let's get back to the education point. One of your concerns running for Congress and platform. So you're concerned about what's happening in our school systems, right? And what's being taught to them, the kids. You're concerned about that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Right, and see, this is what the conversation boils down to always. When we start talking as conservatives, we jump on the indoctrination part. And we think, oh, stop. We have to save our kids. The other side jumps in and says, wait, they're trying to take money from us. And while we are fighting on this level, down at the ground level, those are the kids, those are the students who are really suffering. Let's take black community for an example. We know about segregation, but when you look at segregation today, that's zip code segregation. That's what I call it, and I'm not afraid to use that word, because today the kids are clubbed together, put together based on their zip codes. What happens in that time? They are stuck in an education system that's not right for them. They are stuck in an environment that's not right for them. They live young, they die young. Most of them, and we are talking about the black community, most of them do not grow up to the adults that they should be, to be fathers in their family, or be a responsible citizen. So what we really need to start looking at is, what do we do at the ground level? And my idea is we should have educational freedom. What do I mean by that? Let's have vouchers, money that follows the kid. Let's privatize education. Let there be charter schools everywhere. Let them specialize in whatever they want to specialize in, and leave it to the parents of where they want to send their kids. One size fits all? No, it doesn't work that way. And I'll give you an example of my own two sons. They are north and south. The oldest one is going to med school this July. The youngest one will not go to a med school even if you give him $1 million. He stepped in my shoes. He loves construction. He's doing construction management as a degree.
They want to go maybe entrepreneurship route kind of
thing. Exactly. So we can have vocational schools starting high school, and let kids decide, students decide for themselves what route they want to take, rather than putting them through this mill, which does not serve them. And education is always the gateway to a better living standard. If they live in that environment, do they see anything different than that? They probably don't. So let them get out of that environment. And when you look at education, our whole system of healthcare, of home ownership, of insurance, everything is tied together. We have to break the education system to free the people.
So you're advocating for, as part of the platform, is to give parents educational freedom to send their kids, whether it's to a private school with a school voucher system that we have. For example, in North Carolina, we have a school voucher system here. The Opportunity Scholarship Program is what it's called. So we have that. We have charter schools where parents can choose a charter school. We can homeschool, right?
Right.
As well.
But all these things.
And public school.
Yes.
Okay.
But for charter schools, it's a lottery-based system. Why should there be a lottery for child's future? Why not just give them the money and let them go to any school they want? Why are we, we have freedom, but not the ultimate freedom.
There's some guardrails that the state has put in place that, and what you're saying is that,
and I'm not against the regulations.
I got you.
We want the regulations.
Sure.
To make sure that kids are getting education that they're promised.
Right.
We have to have some sort of standardized testing where we know that 5th grade, okay, this is what they're supposed to do, they are doing it. 8th, they are supposed to do this, they are doing it. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Let them be free to choose the education they want. That's how I look at it. And I'm not saying this because it's coming out of my head. I have actually seen this tried in India. Kids can live in this part of the town and go 2 miles away. That school bus from that school picks them up and takes them to school and brings them home. It's freedom. I am for freedom all the way.
I gotcha. So allow parents to choose where they can send their children and remove the guardrails that prevent them from going to the schools that they want to go to, but also maintain some kind of standards for testing, because we need to make sure the kids can read, write, and understand history. And
we are getting our money's worth.
Exactly, that's right. And hold the schools accountable based on their grades and the end-of-year testing and things of that nature. Okay, exactly. I got you. So you're advocating for educational freedom, and that kind of feeds into a whole bunch of ecosystems, right? So let's go a little bit into, let's say, healthcare, right? And help us understand. And that's another part of your platform. You're concerned about healthcare and the like. Share a little bit about that.
Right. So, like I said, education is the gateway to a better life, to making money. However they make money, we are assuming they are going to be citizens of good character and make money through good opportunities in their life. When they break away from that environment, now they are stepping into real world. Not always corporate world, but a world that will provide them responsibility or opportunity for responsibility, for growth. When they do that, now hopefully they have insurance coming in from their employer. Believe it or not, but this country spends about $3 to $4 trillion on healthcare. What if we had insurance vouchers that goes to the family? And one of the biggest disadvantage that's, I'm talking more about the black and minority communities here. I'm not even including myself in it, because now we are considered not in the minority.
Right.
Most of us do very well coming to this country. But those who are underprivileged, when you look at them, if they had health care from the earliest time on, now they can have physicals done on a yearly basis, rather than waiting for a catastrophic event where they just suddenly show up at the hospital. So if they had these vouchers, now they can actually get the doctor they want, the insurance company they want. We have to have competition. What we have done in this country, we have created Marbells. And by that I refer to the big telephone company.
Yeah, the monopoly kind of system, healthcare system.
So what we have is Marbells in education. We have Marbells in healthcare. We have these sort of monopolies that are funded by the government. So are we socialized to a certain point? Yes, we are. Can we break this into where people can have their own insurance companies? Let them buy insurance from California if it's cheaper for them to buy. What we are looking at is they should meet a specific set standard. As long as they're meeting it, it's good for everyone. We are not waiting for catastrophes anymore. And people who need the health care the most will actually get it.
So, in your connecting the dots here with education, that
Great.
you get a better education. In theory, you get a better job. That job will provide you with insurance, and hopefully, the insurance industry would allow, or something would have to be fixed to get a voucher where you can take that voucher and say, okay, that voucher is worth $7,000, just to give you a number, whatever, and they can go to any Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, they go to any insurance company and say, okay, I want to buy this, use this for my insurance, and they may have to pay the difference if their annual is higher, almost like with school vouchers, right?
Well, you are again teaching responsibility.
Right.
You know, if you're smoking, so
Right.
now we are telling them, don't smoke, it's not good for your health. If they still choose to, hey, pay for it from your own pocket. You still got that basic coverage
Right.
that you will need. And it's really a human rights issue if you look at it, because the government is paying for it anyway. On the same notion that we need to have a helping hand for the underprivileged.
Yeah, Medicare is a socialized kind of medical program, obviously for people who paid into it and stuff, and some people who have not paid into it still get it. But
it's a Ponzi scheme. You're
right? Yeah. But so you got Medicaid for the underprivileged, low income people who need it. Some of them are in the system; they shouldn't get it. But that's another conversation. Then you have Medicare for the 65 and over, and those programs, in and of themselves, are socialized medicine in some kind of form or fashion.
Right, and when I'm talking all these things,
Not like the UK,
no,
for example.
No,
Okay,
what I'm
okay.
saying is
Or Canada.
These
Right.
should be for citizens only.
Gotcha.
And again, giving you from my own example, every time my parents came to visit us, we had insurance on them. So if you're coming to this country for any reason whatsoever, you better have full insurance on you so that the liability is not on the public system, but it's with you.
Gotcha. So we connect education to healthcare, better job, better opportunities, and the like. The other topic was around ownership, right? And that was ownership freedom.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about how that kind of ties into all that.
Right. So again, we are looking at education system. The freedom starts from there. Once you are free to move around in the country, or even in state for that matter, or in your own city, you can live in this part of the town and go to school here. Now you're not zip code segregated, meaning you don't have to have a home in the good school district. We are breaking that monopoly. So, let's take Wake, for example.
Wake County.
Morrisville, Cary, Apex, all these zip codes have very good school districts. You don't need that really. I mean, we are packing people together like sardines in small areas. We are destroying the environment there. We are destroying the traffic, the pollution, everything that goes with, condensing people in a small area, in a small school district. Now people can live wherever they choose to, send their kids to wherever they want to. You are not forcing them to buy homes in good school district. That's one of the reasons why I moved to Chatham County at that time. I couldn't afford to buy a good home here. I wanted to live a little bit,
Sure.
in a bigger home. That wasn't possible for me in Wake County. It was already very expensive. That marginalizes people. It puts them out of the home buying market. But once you spread the, how would I say this? If you spread where they can go, where they can live, where they can go to school, suddenly you're changing the dynamics.
You're removing guardrails again.
Exactly.
You remove the guardrails.
Exactly, and freedom.
Yeah.
So that will automatically, lower the real estate prices, because now people are not fixated on buying in this zip code or in this school district. The other good advantage of that will be that we will be able to break the minority communities from living in that area. What I really want to see is freedom for every American. Doesn't matter where you come from. If I could come to this country and make it big, I wasn't even blessed to be born here. There are so many who are born here but don't make it. Why? It all starts with education. You break those barriers and now suddenly you open up their whole life where they can rise to wherever they, God takes them or they want to go. If, people sometimes don't like to use the word God, but I'm very...
That's okay. We're comfortable using that.
Every moment. Next breath is His blessing.
That's right.
That's how I look at it.
We're comfortable using that. It's okay.
Yes.
So I'm seeing where you're connecting the dots with education again, and how that's tied into a couple of different things, and removing the guardrails on people being able to send their kids to different places, because people buy houses in communities where they have good schools, and that what that does by nature, naturally, it kind of segments people and prevents other people from moving into those areas. If you remove the guardrails on education, that a low-income community family can send their kid, black kid, Hispanic kid, to another area for school, that kind of changes the dynamic, because now people can move. People can move into a low-income area that, in theory, would get better because it's not connected to the school system. People can move their kids anywhere.
Exactly.
So that's, you would hope that would happen. I'm not saying it will or won't.
Right.
It's something that would have to happen over time to change the dynamic of a local community.
What we need
right?
to do is start thinking out of the box.
Yeah.
We are living in a box. We think in a box. And and
we live in a box.
We live in a box.
Well, the house, so we, exactly. And we go to work in a box. If you work in an office, you're back in a box.
Right.
So that said, I get the connections back to the circular pattern of education. So obviously, a conservative approach to business. Talk a little bit about the business community. Obviously, you're a small business owner, so this is right up your alley. We believe in the conservative principles are less taxes, less regulations, that kind of thing. So talk a little bit about business and how we can make things better for the small business owner, entrepreneurship, things of that nature. Whether that's minority communities, it doesn't really matter, but just everybody in general.
Right. Number one, I would like to get rid of taxes.
Okay.
Because corporations are nothing more than tax collectors for the government. You look at any tax that a corporation pays, and by corporation I don't mean big corporations, even a small shop, paying property tax, collecting sales tax, employer tax. If we free the entrepreneurs from being the tax collectors, guess where the savings are going to go? They are going down to the consumer. On taxes, I would like to see capital gains gone.
Okay.
Completely. I am okay with sales tax because it's progressive in nature. You buy a $1 pen and you are paying 7% on that. You buy a $20 shirt, you're paying on that. So I'm okay with the progressive sales tax. But when it comes to helping small businesses, one idea I would like to throw in is let them have export-free income. What do I mean by that? All exports that they make, sending goods out of the country, any income on that, make it tax-free. Gives them an incentive to go out and sell in the global arena, for that matter, rather than focusing only their energies only locally. Anything, and thanks to internet, Al Gore invented it.
Right, yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
But thanks to internet, you have access all over the world. So give them the freedom to make those choices where they go out and reach the whole world. When they earn income from abroad, let that come in as tax-free. Gives us a boost to the economy. On taxes, I have a slogan: free at 63.
Okay.
So no more income tax, no any kind of tax when you hit 63. Free at 63.
So if you're working,
you have worked all your life, you have paid into it,
and you're still working, then there'll be no taxes taken out of your check, I guess, no payroll taxes, things like that. Is that what you mean?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And the reason being, let sunset years be sunset years. Let them save those last years for,
to enjoy the rest of their lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, the rest of their lives. I gotcha. So you're advocating for, obviously, less taxes and elimination of some, with some criteria, and that gives more money back to the small businesses so they can do whatever they want to do with it.
Customers,
they invest in people, they grow their business, they buy capital, equipment, they expand their business. And that in turn.
Who's best taking care of your money? You or someone else?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, us.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're better off controlling our own money and doing best, make the decisions for ourselves.
Exactly.
Back to the freedom, of spirit here of entrepreneurship. So I know that that there are the vast majority of the small businesses. The vast majority of businesses in the U.S. are small businesses, right? I believe the number is like 95%, or the number is really high. It's in the 90s where the employers are small businesses. So like me, like you, and hiring, have staff, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 employees, and we drive this economy. So I know that regulations and taxes tend to put a stranglehold on businesses, right?
And who likes those regulations?
Yeah,
the big businesses like them.
Right, to limit us from growing.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we really need to lower the regulations to bare minimum. We are, we have to have some control on what's going on. As long as they are meeting the legal framework. We should, try to lower the regulations as much as we can.
Absolutely.
Give them the freedom. Again, that's where I come from. Give them the freedom. Taking you back to when I left India back in '89, we had no freedoms. What name? When I took a company to India, we were not even allowed to pick the name that we wanted. We were told that, okay, give us like 5 names, and then a government bureaucrat is going to decide what your company name should be.
Right.
So the controls get tighter and tighter, and I'm all for breaking free. Let people be free.
Absolutely. We're talking with Max GANORKAR, who's running for Congress, North Carolina, District 4. And we're going to take a commercial break, a music break, and then we'll come back in a few minutes and continue the conversation with Max here in the studio. Vamos a coger un descanso musical en este momento y ahora regresamos con Max GANORKAR, candidato por Congreso, Distrito número 4. Quédate con nosotros.
Puedes descansar en su presencia.
Hispanos del Sur, la voz de los hispanos en Carolina del Norte, quiere asegurarle que esté al tanto de los programas que le beneficiarán a usted y a su familia. Servimos a familias y a empresas en 4 áreas. 1. Creación, financiamiento y crecimiento de pequeñas empresas. 2. Becas para enviar a sus hijos a escuelas privadas y religiosas. 3. Programas de salud y bienestar para mejorar su salud y obtener seguro médico. 4. Educación cívica, políticas públicas y cómo las leyes y regulaciones afectan su vida diaria. Nos aseguramos de que nuestras voces se escuchen en todos los niveles de gobierno. ¿Necesita hablar con nosotros o colaborar con nosotros? Contáctenos al 919-931-4597 o por correo electrónico connect@hispanosdelsur.com o envíe un mensaje en redes sociales. Hispanos del Sur, la voz de la comunidad hispana.
La Celestial 106.5 está cada vez más comprometida contigo. Escucha cada jueves Café con Hispanos con el pastor Gilbert Pagan. A las 4 de la tarde, disfruta de un contenido de actualidad y relación directa con nuestra comunidad, un programa de fe, valores familiares, negocios, gobierno y más. Recuerda que cada jueves tienes una cita con la Celestial a las 4 de la tarde. Café con Hispanos con el pastor Gilbert Pagan.
Te inunda de fatalidad y te agobia la vida con su mucho afán y se llena tu alma de preocupación y se seca la fuente de tu corazón. Cuando quieres huir porque no puedes más, porque solo te sientes entre los demás y no hay más en tus ojos brillo y emoción y se cierra tu boca porque no hay canción. Puedes sentarte a sus pies y de sus manos beber la plenitud que tu alma necesita. Puedes sentarte a sus pies y cada día tener una nueva canción y nueva vida. A sus pies hay paz, gracia y bendición. A sus pies tendrás luz y dirección. La plenitud en él nunca se agotará. Puedes descansar en su...
Ya regresamos con Max GANORKAR, que está postulándose para el Congreso Distrito número 4 aquí en Carolina del Norte, y vamos a seguir la conversación. We are back in the studio and we're talking with Max GANORKAR, who is running for Congress, North Carolina District 4, and we're having a conversation about a whole host of issues. And let's talk a little bit about your district, Max, and there's some issues going on there. We could talk a little bit about crime, right? You want your district encompasses all of Durham and Orange County, right? Mm-hmm. Pieces of Wake, yes. And pieces of Chatham. Durham probably has a higher crime rate than, I haven't looked at the numbers, than Wake County. You just hear a lot more about Durham on TV. Mm-hmm. So, talk a little bit about what can, in your thoughts, what can you do as a congressman to try to make Durham a safer place to live and to go out to eat and be in the park with your family, walk your dog. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. So, right off the bat, this is a 10th Amendment issue. It's a local state issue. Mm-hmm. But when you look at it from a federal standpoint, we have to really look into the sanctuary city policies. Mm-hmm. That's where, sometimes when the crime is committed, we don't even know who did it. We don't have any way of vetting people, of knowing who's here, who's not, why he is here, where he is, and what. So one thing that I can do from a federal standpoint is make sure that the sanctuary cities are basically dismantled in what they do. Mm-hmm. We have to support ICE. Mm-hmm. We have to back the blue. Mm-hmm. We cannot defund police. We have to find every avenue to make them stronger, not weaker. Mm-hmm. Because they are good people. Are there bad cops? Of course there are. I'm not denying that. But if we start defunding them, if we start putting regulations on them on how they are going to conduct themselves or conduct themselves, guess what? We are pushing good people out of the service, and we'll get the bad ones in. How do I know that? Been there, seen that. When crime, and I don't need to put down India, but the good cops really don't want to go in service there because the whole system gets corrupted with socialism, and everyone is eating everyone else. What the Democrats are doing in this country is nothing short of that. They are pushing good people out of the system, and that will leave us with bad cops, bad judges, bad law enforcement. We cannot tie their hands. They are here to protect us. They are putting their lives on the line for us. We have to support them. And like I said, from the federal standpoint, I would really look into the sanctuary city issues. We cannot have sanctuary cities, period.
Yeah. So it sounds like I'm just going to take what you said and I'm going to package it in a different kind of way. So if sanctuary cities have to do with undocumented aliens, right, that are not where the police
They are not necessarily the only problem.
Okay.
We also have, when you look at the black population, they are such a small percentage. But how many of them are incarcerated? A huge number of them. Why? Again, I take you back to education. Free them.
Right.
Give them a different environment. Let all of them grow.
Right, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
grow the pie for everyone.
Yeah, I guess where I was going with the repackage of what you kind of said was that if we look at sanctuary city policies, and that is a soft on crime approach that kind of puts a cloud over the city because the officials that are running the city, the council people, the commissioners, all that, they support those policies, and therefore that trickles down into the police departments and the like, and obviously there's good cops and bad cops, like you said. Right. So if you're dealing with a sanctuary city, that's a soft on crime approach. Therefore, in theory, you got criminals that are doing more crime because they know it's going to be a soft on crime approach. So it kind of works its way around the system. And then the good cops don't want to be cops because they arrest these people, the criminals, because and then the DAs let them out, the judges let them out, and then therefore that's that sanctuary kind of spirit over the county permeates into a whole bunch of other stuff. That's what I meant. I was repackaging what you just said.
Right.
I mean, I got it.
Like so many criminals were let go during COVID.
Right.
And one of them ended up killing that beautiful girl
in Charlotte, Irina Zarutska, in Charlotte, on the train. He
shouldn't have been out there.
13 times he was released.
Exactly.
And he shouldn't have been released after 1 or 2 times. He should have been held. But
cashless bail, that's another problem.
Cashless bail, and that's another issue that we need to fix, right, and eliminate.
Yeah, exactly.
Which again goes back to the soft on crime kind of philosophy, which permeates the city, and then the criminals can go out and do what they want to do. That's kind of like the thought process, right? Okay, so we need to work on that. So you talked a little bit about housing earlier on, and we have an affordable housing issue, right? And that people want to work in Wake County, they want to work in Durham County, they want to work in Orange and Chatham, but they can't afford a house.
Right.
So they have to live an hour away, 45 minutes away, and drive into work because they can't afford to live here. I don't know what at the federal level, from a congressional perspective, we can do to affect the local housing market. I don't know how do we, other than support affordable housing and give credits for buying houses, whatever.
Right.
But
I'm a strong believer in property rights.
Okay.
I understand totally that people want to live as close as possible to their work, but is it always possible? It's not.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have, and these become metros. The triangle has literally become a metro.
Right.
We just don't have trams and all here, but that's how it feels. When you get on the road, you just don't know how long it will be before you get home. Can we do anything about it? Build more roads and bridges.
Right.
Destroy environment. I'm not for that. I love work from home concept. Saves you on gas, saves the environment. If you don't have to be in the office, but then again, you can talk on both sides of the issues. People take disadvantage of that, which is not right, and I know people who have. But there are people like my wife who gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning and starts working because her headquarters is in Europe. So she tries to work with them, but that gives her freedom to start working early and work as she wants and how she wants. So she delivers as promised when promised. But that's one way of reducing congestion on roads.
Right.
Do you want to put in railway systems? I'm not a big fan of that. But if we have to, it's again a local issue. They will have to decide. They will have to, sign off on a bond that will raise their
taxes again.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's not an easy issue. My whole concept of is spreading people away from concentrated districts, so that life is better for everyone. It's very stressful to live in so congested areas. We lived in New Jersey for a long time, and I'm telling you, it was not fun getting on the road. And if Democrats could have it their way, they would put a toll booth right on your driveway.
Right. Yeah, to get more money out of you.
Exactly.
So we're talking with Max GANORKAR, who is running for Congress District 4, North Carolina, and we're wrapping up the show here. Last words for the audience on your campaign and the importance to get involved, get out and vote. Vote for you, and information on how to reach you, your website, things like that. Share a little bit about the importance of actually getting out there and voting.
Right. So,
and your campaign.
Yeah.
Final last words.
Yeah. It's a David versus Goliath fight. I am not kidding. I knew getting in it what I was getting into. Can we make a difference? Yes, we can. But it will take efforts. It will take money. It will take boots on the ground. It will take all of the above. Be a social media warrior. You can always do something. If nothing, just pick up the phone. And there are apps that will help you dial to the right people, get them out. We have to do everything we can to save this country. We really don't want this country looking like the one I left behind. They can go to my website, maxforcongress.com. Again, maxforcongress.com. You can make a donation. If you're watching from across the country, I know you won't be able to cast your ballot for me, but hey, please send in some money. I would appreciate that.
Right.
We have to get the message out. For me, I came to this country. I worked my way through the system. I earned my citizenship. It's an honor. I'm not saying that we are going to stop everyone from coming, but we have to be careful about who comes in and what's the benefit to the country. This country, to me, is worth fighting every square inch. Even though I'm in a blue district, I do not see as a lost battle. I mean, there were people who, taunted me, hey, Max, fold your campaign. It's not worth the money and effort. One donor told me that we are not going to give you any money because there is no return on investment. That was discouraging. Could you have said the same thing to the founding fathers? Don't put your lives, your fortune, and your sacred honor on that document that they signed. Would you have told that to George Washington trying to cross the Delaware, trying to cross Delaware on that Christmas night, frigid, cold? Hey, don't go that route. There might be no return on investment. So I find these words very offensive. You were born, you are blessed in more ways than I can, imagine. And yet you have those words for me? get behind me. Let's fight this. We can win it. We can flip it. And if we flip it, it sends a message to all across the country that conservative principles can stand. All we have to do is reach out to the other side. And I'm not saying other side meaning the politicians, but the people. We have to show them a way out. This country is meant to be free. There's no point staying on a plantation. Be free. That's what I'm for.
Awesome. Well, Max, thank you for being on the show and coming to the studio and sharing your platform and all the things that we discussed here. So you can go to his website, maxforcongress.com. We're going to put the links in the show notes so you can get that information. And if you could volunteer for him as he requested or send him some money, which he requested, which is great. He has a David and Goliath campaign. He's the David going up against the Goliath, but he's running because he wants to make a difference. So, Max, thank you for coming into the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Ahí nos vamos. Bendiciones. La semana que viene lo vemos. Adiós.
Tu corazón, cuando quieras huir porque no puedes más, porque solo te sientes entre los demás y no hay más en tus ojos brillo y emoción.
La Celestial 106.5 está cada vez más comprometida contigo. Escucha cada jueves Café con Hispanos con el pastor Gilbert Pagan. A las 4 de la tarde, disfruta de un contenido de actualidad y relación directa con nuestra comunidad, un programa de fe, valores familiares, negocios, gobierno y más. Recuerda que cada jueves tienes una cita con la Celestial a las 4 de la tarde. Café con Hispanos con el pastor Gilbert Pagan. Gracias por sintonizar Café con Hispanos, la voz de nuestra gente hispana en Carolina del Norte. Si desea contactar a nuestro conductor Gilbert Pagan, llame hoy al 919-931-4597, 919-931-4597. Síganos en nuestras redes sociales como Hispanos del Sur. Puede enviarnos un correo electrónico a connect@hispanosdelsur.com. Hasta pronto.